So does a laser engraver or laser cutter have a role in a woodworker or maker's workshop? Now, because of the fact that I've got one, you know that my answer is going to be yes. So today we're going to take a look at several projects and things that you can do, whether you're a conventional woodworker or whether you're somebody who's a little bit more into the maker types of projects. You make a lot more smalls and you're always on the lookout for new creative projects to bring more business and attention to your company. So what you see in front of you are several projects that I've created using my Xtool D1 Pro. And so now we're going to talk about ways that you can actually improve your business by using an Xtool or any other type of laser engraver or laser cutter in your workflow. When I first started my woodworking business, I was focused only on woodworking. Never even considered CNC or a laser engraver or laser cutter until several months down the road. I never even considered a CNC or a laser until I'd already been woodworking for quite some time. But I decided to give a laser cutter a shot, and I love it. I love what we're able to do with it. And so today I'm going to show you some of my favorite tools and how you can actually do this on your own. So to begin with, if you're a conventional woodworker, why is a laser cutter or laser engraver a handy tool to have? Well, first of all, especially if you create smaller types of projects, it allows you the ability to personalize those projects. Right here, you'll see a taco tray that I created at the request of one of my coworkers at school. We've got a very successful football team, and he wanted to have it engraved with this inscription to have as a piece of decoration in his house. Next, in what's become my most successful video ever with over 300,000 views as of today, this is a simple book caddy that you can use to place your book there like a bookmark, as well as having a place for your coffee, tea, or beverage of choice while you're reading. This turned out to be a great project. People loved it. Sales went through the roof as a result of it. I also have a boatload of requests from folks who want me to create things such as charcuterie boards, cutting boards, or other types of small projects, but they specifically want to have them engraved with a family name, a logo, or anything like that. One great way to start making money in your business is to get with local businesses such as an insurance agent, real estate agent, because they're always on the lookout for personalized types of gifts that they can give out. In one video that I'll link down in the description, I actually created several bourbon barrel staves that were customized and engraved with the names of several local farms, and my personal insurance agent actually gave those out as gifts to the people on his board, and he gave those out as Christmas presents, and that ended up being a very successful project. And I wouldn't have been able to do it if it wasn't for a laser engraver. Now, let's look at a couple of other small projects that you can create very quickly and easily using conventional woodworking techniques, maybe a CNC, but the use of a laser engraver always helps. Now, several of these have complete build videos and design videos, and if they do, I'll link them down in the description. First, this was a simple little project that I created. It's just a cell phone caddy. Personally, I don't like to use cell phone caddies, but they are pretty popular online, so I decided to make one. And you can easily customize that with a simple design and turn that into a great seller. Next, this was simply just a little experiment that I created. This slides onto the base of a shelf, and it can actually be used to hold your books or movies upright. The movies lay up against it, so it's kind of like a bookend or a movie end, if you want to call it that. Now, next, this is actually not something that I created myself. This was actually given to me by a friend, but it's just a simple bookmark. A coworker gave me this as a Christmas present, and he actually created it by burning the state of Kentucky, where we live, into the bookend, into the bookmark itself. But you can easily take this idea, create your own bookmarks to give away or to sell for $1 or $2 a piece, and customize them with a variety of quotes, inscriptions, or designs. Next, if you set up at markets, flea malls, vendor fairs, that kind of thing, you know that many times people are on the lookout for small, inexpensive things. They come to these things because they want to buy, but they might not want to put $150, $200 into a high-level charcuterie board, cutting board, or something like that. But they're always on the lookout for small things to buy. That's where personalized coasters come in. Now, before you start spamming me in the comments, this is not a pro football team. This is my high school logo. And you can easily batch out a lot of different styles of coasters and personalize them with a variety of different inscriptions, logos, or designs. And along with that, you can also do the exact same thing with slate coasters. I had no clue that you could actually laser engrave on slate, so I gave it a shot. Now, personally, I'm not a huge fan of slate coasters. The reason being is because if you put a coffee cup or something glass on top of it, it tends to scratch it, and it's just an unpleasant feeling and noise that it makes. However, a lot of people like those slate types of products, and they're easy to do. I'll place a link down in the description with where I got these particular coasters. So now, we've talked about a lot of different types of woodworking applications. So let's look at some other materials that you can easily use to create. Now, we've looked at a lot of different types of woodworking applications, but let's now take a step away and look at some other types of applications that you can actually engrave on other than wood. Specifically, leather. Leather ends up being great. You can personalize books, journals, key rings, wallets, a variety of different things. And this is something that can be a great moneymaker because people are always on the lookout to have gifts, maybe that they've already purchased, but they need to have them engraved. And if you can become known as somebody who can engrave, then that business, especially around the holidays, can become a big moneymaker for you. And I'll put links in the description for both of these items if you'd like to check those out. Now, one thing that I don't have an example of, but something that's somewhat popular if you want to use a laser engraver, is to laser engrave on acrylic and then use an LED light to light it up. A lot of children or young teenagers like to have these in their bedrooms as just a little piece of decor. I've toyed around with it a little bit. I'm not really an expert on it, but I did make a video on that. And it's actually turned into something that's fairly popular, so I'll put a link of that down in the description as well. And then finally, what about anodized aluminum? This is something that's turned into an incredibly fun type of craft that you can use your laser engraver with. Right here, you'll see several different things that I've created using anodized aluminum. And I will put links down in the description to all these items if you want to check them out. I made my own personal business cards. Using anodized aluminum blanks, and they turned out great. If you decide to create anything on these, I recommend you turn the power up very high, because the higher the power, the more of a bold distinction you can get between the anodized color and the finished product. And then finally, on a whim, I decided to get some of these different types of dog tags, as well as these dog tags that actually have a little rubber protector right there. And I made a simple little design as a test, and this turned out great. I could see this as being a great thing to go on a luggage rack. They could just be a simple little piece of decor to put on somebody's backpack, and I think these could sell for $3 to $5 all day long. So once again, I'm going to put links down in the description for any of these materials that I've used in case you want to pick any of those up. And thanks for watching till the end. And since you've done that, check out this video right here next. It's another excellent video that I've created on different projects and different things that you can create using the Xtool Pro.